What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the new subscribers. Welcome back to the old subscribers. I hope everyone is doing well. Doing some individual readings for all the signs. I'm on the sign of Taurus. Happy birthday, by the way. Hope y'all enjoyed your day. As I was sitting here in your energy, there's a few different songs that came out. The first one was Left for Me by Riley Lanes and Actions by John Legend. I think that some of you guys are a little bit caught up in the past, maybe some things that you've been through or someone that you're dealing with. Some of you guys are just tired of the same song and dance. You know, you put a lot of time and effort into something or someone continuously over the course of your life, and it's almost like you're learning the karmic lesson, and for some of you it sucks, you know what I mean, to come to terms with the fact that no matter what you did for a certain person or a certain situation, it's almost like it wasn't good enough and you're left with this regret. And I think, honestly, some people in your life could be projecting their own energy onto you and you're taking it personally. I feel like some of you guys are dealing with people who were kind of fucked up in a way before you ever came into their life. And even though you tried, even though you had hope, even though maybe you saw a glimpse of progress, things didn't go in the way that you wanted them to. Because sometimes the idea of people, places, and things are better than the outcome, or the desired result doesn't end up being what you want. There's a level of manipulation. But for some of you guys, you've been waiting for a certain person to be in your life. You've been waiting for things to get over old things and to move forward into new energy. But for some reason, it always ends up leaving you left out, because I feel like someone you guys are dealing with was dealing with another person. And it's happened on more than one occasion. And you kind of took it personal because you had these strong emotions for this person. So now you kind of want to block everyone out. You want to spend time by yourself, even though a part of you still waits for things to get better. A part of you could have emotional bonds with more than one person in your life. And so it's hard for you to determine which one. Maybe you go by appearance. And so a part of you is going to be remembering that over time, certain bonds are meant to stay a certain way, and certain bonds start in a certain way and they end in a certain way. And your ancestors are trying to get you to see that maybe the places you meet people or the expectations that you had for people in your life didn't really match up, because there's a level of wanting things to be what you see them to be, but then there's reality and free will. Some of you guys are going through some type of transition in your life right now, where it could be in your business, it could be coming to constant issues and challenges, but at the same time, the universe wants you to get to a place where you're doing something that truly makes you happy, that you're not constantly making everyone else happy, that you're sitting in your own energy, that you're okay with it, that you're ready to move in a new direction, that you've made up your mind about what it is that you want, what it is that you like, desire, need. Some of you guys are being taught some really valuable lessons. Some of you guys are put in people's lives to teach them. You know, it's been a constant ebb and flow of communication, as well as those times when you're overly aggressive with certain people in your life. Those triggers that they bring up kind of represent fear. They represent figuring out harmony through conflict, because that's what you're all about. For everyone else in your life, you can be the perfect peacemaker. You know exactly what to say. You know exactly what to do. You can give advice all day long. But when it comes to you, in your own instant, it's hard for you to either take that advice, or it's hard for you to even hear it, because you've thought of every situation. You've thought of every outcome. You have thought that you spent your time meticulously and wisely. You know, earth signs are the slowest moving mofos in the deck. Usually you guys have thought of everything. You've had a well thought out plan, but things didn't go in the direction that you wanted them to. And it seems like the places and the people that you put the most time and effort into were the ones that blew up in your face. And you're sitting here and you're wondering why. What did I do? What did I do wrong? The answer is nothing. The truth of the matter is, they want you to humble yourself and figure out what true wealth means to you. Is it money in the bank? Is it family at home? Is it stability? Is it a marriage? Is it a relationship? Are we putting too much value in things and people when we have to look around sometimes in our life and be thankful for just being here in the now? For all the highs and the lows, all those times that we've got our heart broken, all those times that we've been brought back to this very same crossroad that we're about to make a decision to move forward in again. Finding your own power. Understanding that you've had some pretty heavy karmic debts to deal with, whether or not they're yours or your family's. Probably both. But the problem with karma is that somewhere along the lines we've done something to bring that energy into our lives, or someone in your life has. And you can't step in and take people's hands, because sometimes you're going to take on their karma. And I feel like you have been in such a place of service for so long that when it comes to taking care of yourself, when it comes to communicating your wants and needs, or maybe what you thought it is that you wanted, those really high expectations that we hold sometimes when we finally have whatever it is that we want standing in front of us, we second guess it. Maybe I don't want this anymore. Maybe this person's playing with my emotions. Or maybe they're not the person that I thought they were going to be, you know, or did we put a lot of responsibility on people that couldn't give us the things that we wanted, even though it seems simple? That you can work it out, that you can make things work, that what's not broken doesn't need to be fixed. Having the courage and strength to, no matter what's going on, to stay grounded, to achieve what it is that you need to achieve, to know that whatever it is that's meant for you will always be for you, but to maintain a sense of individuality, protecting your own energy, finding this balance and harmony within yourself first and foremost, before we can ever find it in another person, regardless of how we feel, regardless of how much we love someone. That sometimes the truth of the matter is, people were a season. It was a lesson. It was something that wasn't meant to stay. And you're learning, but at the same time, it's taking a toll on you in your communication, in you moving forward and you growing. I feel like some of you guys are stuck in a place of going through this transformation and avoiding it. Some of you guys could be dealing with legal matters, or just needing to make a choice, making a clear decision and picking up the phone and having that conversation with that person in your life that you've had a lot of patience with, that you tried to crack jokes and make light of the situation, but at the end of the day, you need an answer, so do they. Maybe you need closure. Maybe you need to understand that your destiny comes with a lot of patience and planning. That for some of you guys, your definition of prosperity and the universe's definition that they're trying to get you to see are two very different things. You guys have taken some pretty heavy losses, but at the same time, it's put you in a position to make changes in your life where they're much needed. You're gaining a sense of awareness. You're gaining a sense of understanding what is temptation in your life, what's a distraction, and what it is that you need to pay more attention to. Things are moving forward into a really spiritual union for some of you guys, but the problem is this person represents a shadow self of yours that echoes your heart. The deepest parts of your heart that you would rather not, that you'd rather walk away from and not deal with, that in reality you could have whatever it is that you want, but at the end of the day, you know exactly what that is, even if things present themselves in another way. Some of you guys, it's very hard for you to make a decision. It's very hard for you to move forward into energy because it's very new. It's a new feeling of curiosity, but at the same time, Some of you guys put up with a lot of shit from people in your life, and now you're to this point where you don't want to be single anymore. You want to be in a committed relationship. You want to build strong ground, but it seems like every time you try to make a decision, it's like you find out something and then you pull back, or vice versa. It's like you've been waiting for this person to come back into your life, or you've been waiting for, you know, your lineage or your family inheritance to come through. But at the end of the day, those emotions that you pull yourself back from are exactly the ones that they want you to deal with before you move forward. All those things that you beat yourself up about, that relationship, that marriage that maybe you've ran away from, or someone else has ran away from, that maybe some new beginnings that you've had really weren't meant to be, because maybe you pretended that you were okay with certain things and that's what you really wanted because you wanted to make someone else happy. But if you were honest with yourself and this other person, you care about them, so you did certain things out of that energy. So you having this victory is kind of hollow, because in a way you're still left with a sense of loss. For some of you guys, it's a marriage. For some of you guys, it's a option that you wanted to keep around. For some of you guys, it's a choice between what kind of relationship or what kind of person that you have in your life, that maybe you can't have the equal partnership and the loyalty that you wanted. Maybe this person isn't as family oriented as you'd like, or maybe social media and people talk a little bit too much about things that they have no idea about. If you find yourself stuck, it's for a reason, because they want you to regain your own sense of power. To have patience with yourself, the same patience you show other people in your life. You have a purpose here, but sometimes your desires overshadow what it is that maybe you should be doing sometimes, or maybe that sense of desire is really all that it is. That once you get the things that you think that you want, it doesn't end up being enough, or it doesn't satisfy you, or the attention gets turned to another thing. There isn't a lack of emotions, but there is a lack of maybe treating everything like a business deal. Maybe caring enough about things and people, but the fact of the matter is that maybe they weren't good enough for you, or you considered someone not good enough for you, or whatever the case may be. Because you guys have Jupiter energy so much, this is about all the things that make you feel good. But maybe those are the things that don't bring you success and satisfaction sometimes. I think that you guys are going through something where you're going to need to take care of yourself. You're going to need to go through this experience. You're going to need to go through these changes, even if they're small, even if they seem minute, even if you need to move on from a situation where there's children involved. There's a lot of anxiety about being honest. And in reality, it's time for you to be honest about your feelings and emotions, or someone needs to do that for you. Some of you guys need closure. Some of you guys want to work something out. And maybe you're worried about how that conversation would go. But you never know until you try. And staying in a sense of having the duality within yourself brings about more healthy relationships into your life now, and that everything that you give, you will receive in one way or the other. So even though there might be confusion, even though there might be some people talking a little bit too much, it doesn't change the fact that whatever's supposed to happen will happen, and there's no avoidance that will stop things from happening in the way and the order and the time that they were meant to. Regardless of how you feel, it's giving you experience. It's giving you a sense of confidence that you should have in yourself, especially in your independence. But it's also important for you to stay connected and being honest with, can we move this forward? Can we work this out? Can we build on this? Isolating isn't the same thing as kind of dealing with things head on. And I think that there's somebody that's here that's really confused, and they just need that sense of knowing what it is that you want, or vice versa. And if this is what you're supposed to do, you know, asking the universe and making that right decision for yourself. that sometimes we have to let things go so that new energy can come in, and that could be some of the things that you've been trying to manifest for a very long time. Sometimes it's not about releasing the person, it's about releasing the energy into the universe. Whatever this is supposed to be, it's going to be, and letting it go. And whatever happens, happens, and being okay with that and not being attached to the outcome of that situation or person. So if you're being challenged, it's more about you thinking about this and communicating it with whatever or whoever, listening to your guides and your dreams, and having this sense of knowledge to move this forward. And for some of you guys, it is moving your life forward and into a partnership that you want, but you need to have more faith in yourself and this person, that no matter what changes you have, that you can make it through, and that whatever is meant to be completed will be, and that was what was supposed to happen all along. Anyways, I hope this helps you out. I hope you have a good day.